Good morning, dear students. I am Divya Sharma, TGT English at KV number 2, Chhindwara. I welcome you all to today's class, which is undoubtedly a result of the tremendous support and motivation by Team RO Jabalpur. Today we are going to take up a topic from the writing section. Children, in the board classes, letter writing forms an important part of section B. And if done properly, it is very easy to score good marks in letter writing. Now, how to do it properly? This is precisely what we are going to study in today's class.
Dear students, letter writing is a very important communication skill that we all must possess. In today's era of digitalization, where people prefer mobile phones and internet over a humble piece of paper, it is still very important to know how to write a letter. Because even if you prefer writing emails, you should know how to draft its content. The content of both a traditional letter and an email are alike. So, the knowledge of this topic is going to help you with that also. And moreover, letter writing gives a personal touch to our communications and shows that we have taken out time and put in efforts to write to someone. If we talk about the types of letters, children, although you may find several classifications of letter writing, but as per CBSE syllabus, letters are broadly classified into two types, formal letters and informal letters. And this classification is done on the basis of the style in which the letters are written. That includes the language of the letter, the format, etc.
And according to the latest CBSE syllabus, in class 10, we only have formal letters. So today, we are going to study one of the formal letters, that is, letters of inquiry. A letter of inquiry, or you can say an inquiry letter, is a formal letter written to inquire and get details regarding something that a person is interested in. It could be written with respect to an item that a person is interested in buying, a course that a person wants to study, a vacation trip that a person wants to go on, etc. There can be a lot of reasons for writing inquiry letters. As the sender of an inquiry letter needs information about something, the inquiry letter must mention the contact details of the sender, where the said information has to be sent. It must also list down all the aspects of the things about which the sender wants the detailed information. Now children, I told you that getting good marks in letter writing is very easy, provided that you know how to write a good letter. And to write a good letter, you need to keep in mind certain key points pertaining to that particular type of letter. Today we are going to study about inquiry letters. So let us see a few key points that make an inquiry letter more appealing and better. The first thing is, an inquiry letter should be brief and to the point. This simply means that while writing an inquiry letter in the examination, you need to keep in mind the word limit. Usually you are asked to write an inquiry letter in about 100 to 120 words. So in those words, within that word limit, you have to complete your letter. And this does not mean that you have to leave out any necessary information. Your letter should have all the necessary components and it should not appear very lengthy. Okay? Then the language should be clear and formal. With respect to the language, we need to keep in mind that because it is a formal letter, its language should be formal. Its language should be courteous and polite. We need to follow the norms of writing a formal letter while writing it. And the language should be clear. You need not use complicated sentences or complex words in your letter. You can keep it simple, but it should be clear. Then do not write the content in a single paragraph. While writing any letter, whether it is formal or informal, you need to make it well structured. That means the content of the letter, the main body, the main matter of the letter should be divided into appropriate paragraphs, each paragraph having its own feature. This we'll study in the format, that how do we segregate the paragraphs. Okay? Then all the points of inquiry must be clearly mentioned. In the previous slide, you saw that because a person is seeking some information in a letter of inquiry, all the aspects of the thing about which we are inquiring should be listed down completely. So, unless you want your inquiry to not be answered appropriately, you should give out the detail of all the information that you want in a systematic and orderly manner. Otherwise, there is no use of writing an inquiry letter. Then, the next point says, specify the medium through which the reply is expected. This means that if you are expecting a response or reply from the person to whom you are writing, then you have to tell the person the medium through which he or she may contact you. How has the person, how the person has got to answer you back, to reply to your queries, that you have to mention in your letter. That will make your letter sound more genuine. The format should be accurate and in correct order. This, children, is a very important point with respect to any writing piece, that its format should be adhered to. Every piece of writing has a format, and you need to follow that format accurately and in correct order so that your piece of writing comes out well and you fetch good marks in the examination. And talking of formats, children, here in front of you on your screens is the format of inquiry letters. The inquiry letter is a formal letter. So, the format of an inquiry letter is as it is exactly similar to that of any other formal letter. All the components are same, all the components are in the same order as you studied for formal letters. Let us go through these formats from the point of view of writing inquiry letters now. First, we write the sender's address. The person who is sending the letter, that is, who is writing the letter, his or her address is written in the beginning. Then, after leaving a line comes the date of writing the letter. After that, we have to write the receiver's address. Receiver is the person to whom our letter is addressed. Now here, the receiver's address will change in every letter, of course, and the first line of the receiver's address, the line where we write the post, the designation of the person to whom we are writing, that first line will also change in every letter according to the person to whom we are writing. If we are writing an inquiry letter regarding the purchase of some goods, then in the first line of the receiver's letter, we can write the sales manager or the name of the company to which we are writing. For example, the name of the publishers. If we are inquiring about books, we can write the name of the sports company if we are writing about the inquiry relating to sports good, and so on. And if we are writing an inquiry letter to inquire about a course, then we will write the director in the first line of the receiver's address, or we can write the principal. Yes, you may even write the principal there if the question demands you to inquire something from a principal of a school or college, then you can write it. Okay? So the receiver's address will change depending on the subject of the letter. So after the receiver's address, we have to write the subject of the letter. The main purpose of the letter forms the subject. The subject must be very brief and it must convey the matter of the letter at one glance. Whoever receives the letter should be able to grasp the gist of our letter from our subject, that why we have written that letter. So usually the subject of a letter of inquiry is like inquiring about or seeking information about something like this. Okay, you can use this phrase while writing the subject of an inquiry letter. Then we write the salutation, sir / madam, and we start with the body of the letter. The matter of the letter. The main content of our letter is divided into 3 paragraphs. Ideally, it should be divided into 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph should contain the introduction of the sender, a brief introduction of the sender, and in brief the purpose of writing the letter. Okay? Then in the second paragraph you have to elaborate. You have to give detail of your inquiry. In the first paragraph you have to tell about what you want to inquire, and in the second paragraph you have to list down the aspects that we talked about in the previous slides. You have to list down the things that you need to ask about that particular thing, that particular object, that particular course, or those particular goods. Okay, you have to give the details. What are the questions that you want answered? All those would come under the second paragraph. Then we conclude our letter in the third paragraph by mentioning what you expect. That means you are expecting the response. Obviously, you expect an answer to the questions that you have written in the second paragraph. So, in the third paragraph, you have to write that you expect an early response from the person to whom you are writing. And in the third paragraph, you can mention where that person or how that person can reply back to you. You can give your email ID. Nowadays, children usually prefer to give out email IDs in letters. Okay, so you can give out your email ID, or you can use a traditional line that you can write, I'm attaching herewith, I'm enclosing herewith a self-addressed envelope. That means an envelope carrying your address, so that the other person does not have to bother about, getting an envelope to answer you back. So you can choose either ways. Okay. After this, when our letter is done, we write the complimentary closing. Complimentary closing, in case of formal letter, you can either write yours truly or you may write yours sincerely. Yours without an apostrophe, and sincerely or truly, the spelling should be correct. Please pay attention to that, children. And then we write the sender's name. Sender's name, and if there is a designation. Designation is post. For example, if you are writing as the librarian of your school to inquire about the availability of books, then you will write your name. You will write yours truly or yours sincerely. Then you will write some name which is either given in the question or you may invent it on your own. And then you have to write librarian underneath. Okay. So if you are writing as an individual for inquiring about a course or something, then you don't need to write the designation. So it obviously depends upon the question. Okay, children. I hope you are clear with the format now. Let us see some solved examples to make the concept clearer, to see how the things that we have just read are applied while writing a letter of inquiry. Here is our first question. You are Smriti or Suraj of class 10. You saw an advertisement about a course to learn French language conducted by the Language School, Bhopal. You are interested in pursuing the course. Write a letter to the advertiser inquiring about the details of the course. So, here is a question where you have to inquire about a course of French language. Okay, you have come across this institute, the Language School, situated in Bhopal, that conducts French language course. And You are interested in learning the language. You are interested in pursuing the course, getting admission in the course. And before joining, it is wise to first inquire about the course. And hence, you have to write this course inquiry letter. Now students, a course inquiry letter is written by a student just like you who wants to know the details about a particular course that he or she wishes to pursue at their preferred academic institution. So, in future it might be of use to you, it might be of help to you, that in future if you need to inquire about a particular course, then you can write an inquiry letter if you understand how to write inquiry letters in class 10. So let us see how we answer such a question. Here in front of you is an example of answering such a question. I am saying it's an example because you can write this in so many ways. So this is my interpretation how you may go about answering this question. So in the given question, children, we were not given with any address. We were not given with any sender's address. Only the name of the sender was given to us. We had to choose either Smriti or Suraj as the name. And what else was given about the sender? The class of the sender, class 10. And the name of the institute to which our inquiry will be addressed was given. And the place where the institute is situated, Bhopal, was given. So sender's address you have to invent in such a case. You can write any sender's address if it is not given in the question to you. So here I have written house number 41, ward number 11, Bhopal. This is the sender's address that I have chosen. Then I have written 23rd May 2020. Now children, while writing the date, there is a particular format that you need to follow. You can choose from two formats actually. One is shown in this letter where I have written the date before the month. And when we write the date before the month, it is suitable to write the date in ordinal number. Like I have written 23rd May. 23rd is ordinal. And 23 would be cardinal. So I have written 23rd May. Then I have written the year without putting a comma between the month and the year. And the month I have written in alphabets. So please take care that while writing the date in any letter, you need to follow either this format or the other format that I will show you in other example. After the date, we have written the receiver's address. So here we had to write to the language school. This was the name of the institution. So I have written the language school, and before that I have written the director. So the designation of the person to whom I am writing, I have written the director, the language school and Bhopal. Okay children, then the subject, inquiry regarding course of French language, or we can also write information regarding course of French language, or seeking information about French language course. So you may choose any subject. Sir/Madam is the salutation that we have written. And now we commence with the body of our letter. Let us see the first paragraph. The first paragraph is something like this. With reference to your advertisement in the Times of India dated 22nd May 2020, I would like to inquire about the course of French language offered by you. I am a student of class 10 and have always been fascinated by French language and wish to join your institute. Just observe the beginning of the letter. With reference to your advertisement in the Times of India dated 22nd May 2020. Bachche, this starting is in correlation, is in sync with what was given to us in the question. In the question it was told to us that we had seen an advertisement about the course, and through that advertisement we came to know about it and we got interested in pursuing it. So this is how we start a letter in which we have been provided with the background that we have seen the advertisement of a particular thing and now we are inquiring about it. So we write with reference to your advertisement we write the name of the newspaper, any name you can choose. Date, you have to write on what date you saw the advertisement. Okay. So with reference to your advertisement in the Times of India dated 22nd May 2020, now you have to write why you are writing the letter. Your purpose. I would like to inquire about the course of French language. Okay. This is the purpose of your writing this letter. In brief, the student has said that he or she is a student of class 10. Not much detail necessary. Okay, you need not tell much more about you. That's sufficient. And have always been fascinated by French language and wish to join your institute. So here one additional thing that the child has done is he or she has said that because the child is fascinated with French language, he is attracted or charmed by French language, he or she wants to learn it. So you can, in this way, in this style, in a single line, you can give the reason why you are interested in inquiring about that particular course. Okay. After writing our introduction in brief and the purpose of writing the letter, we will begin with the second paragraph, which is like this. And in this regard, I wish to make following inquiries about the course. So, the information that you have given that you wish to pursue the course because you are fascinated by French language. In regard to your wish to join the course, you want some questions to be answered. So, these are the questions which are numbered here from 1 to 5. These are the things that you want to know about the course before joining it. First is duration of the course. How long the course is going to be, for how many months it's going to continue, or for how many days or weeks. Okay. Then the date of commencement of the course. When will the course begin? On which date the course is going to start? From when will you have to join it, you are asking. Schedule of fees to be paid. How much fees has to be paid and how many installments of the fees have to be paid. Plus the number and the timings of the batches. Batches means groups. That means how many groups of students at different times attend that institute and what is the timing of each group. Okay. And lastly, she has asked different components of the course, viz. Lectures, AV aids, etc. Different components of the course means what are the various things included in the course? What are the various teaching methods used in the course? Lectures, AV aids means audio visual aids are there, etc. So, the girl who is writing this letter, Smriti, wants to know about the structure of the course, its fees, the batches, the timings, the date of commencement, everything. So these are basically the things that you would generally inquire about any course before taking admission into it. So you have to mention the things like this, a kind of list of the things that you want to be answered. Then our third and the last paragraph is, I will be grateful to you if you can supply me the above mentioned details by sending your prospectus or through an email at smriti12@gmail.com. Thank you. So here in the conclusion, Smriti has said that she will be grateful, she'll be thankful to the director for providing her the information that she has asked about the course. And to answer her, she has given the director the choice either to send her a prospectus of the institute or to email her at her email ID. So she has given her email ID here. And now what is a prospectus, children? A prospectus is a printed booklet. which advertises or gives information, gives details about an institute. So the people at language school can either post their prospectus to Smriti, or they can send her an email answering the questions that she has asked, and she has written thank you, a polite closing. Then yours sincerely is the complimentary close, and then the name Smriti Sharma. You had to choose between Smriti and Suraj, so you could write any of the two names. I have written Smriti. The second question is a different kind of inquiry letter. Your school is planning to take a group of 40 senior students to Shimla on an excursion during the summer break. As Sujal or Saloni, the tour in charge of your school, write a letter in about 100 to 120 words to Holiday Travels Limited, Chandigarh, asking about the charges and facilities offered by them for such a tour. So, this is an inquiry letter about tour charges and facilities that a travel company can provide to you. And you have to assume that you are the tour in charge of your school and you have to plan this excursion. Excursion means trip or tour. So you have to plan this excursion for 40 senior students of your school. Senior students would mean the students of senior classes, higher classes, classes 10 onwards maybe, and there would be teachers as well, of course. It is not mentioned here, but if the school is planning a trip, excursion or tour, then obviously the teachers will also go. So about the teachers you have to write on your own, and there would be some helper or peon also going along with the group. Okay, so some things are given to you, some things you have to invent on your own. So you have to go for a trip to Shimla. Shimla is the place where you have to go, and your school is situated in Chandigarh because you are writing to Holiday Travels Limited, Chandigarh. So you will obviously write to a tour company of your own city. So you have to write the name of the school, name of any school in Chandigarh only. Let's see how we answer this question. Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1, Chandigarh. As you are writing as the excursion in charge of your school, in the sender's address you will have to write the address of the school, because now you are representing your school. You are not writing it for your personal inquiry. You don't want to go on a tour with your family. You are here writing it to inquire for a school trip. So the sender's address would be the school's address. Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1, Chandigarh. It was not mentioned what the school's name is, so I have invented one school's name here. You can write any school name here. May 23, 2020. Look at the date. This is the second way in which you can write the date. That is name of the month, then the date in cardinal number, then a comma and the year to separate the date from the year. Okay, so this is also one of the ways in which you may write the date, but you have to write the name of the month in alphabets only. You are writing to the manager, Holidays Travels Limited, Chandigarh. This is our receiver's address. Subject would be inquiring about a 5 days tour to Shimla. So in the question, even the number of days was not given. So you can invent the number of days. I have written 5 days. So I have given the subject as inquiring about 5 days tour to Shimla. Then the salutation, Sir/Ma'am. Our school is planning a 5 days tour to Shimla for the students of class 10th to 12th in the first week of June. I want to make certain inquiries before booking the tour. So here in the first paragraph, the starting is a bit different. Directly the writer has started with the main reason for writing. It is written that the school is planning a 5 days tour to Shimla. We have mentioned the number of days, we have mentioned the place to which we are planning to go for the students of classes 10th to 12th. So here we have specified the classes. Instead of giving that vague phrase senior classes, we have specified classes 10th to 12th in the first week of June. And we have planned to go in the first week of June. So we will decide the date later, or maybe whatever date the tour company can provide us with good facilities, we may choose it also maybe. I want to make certain inquiries before booking the tour. So here in the first paragraph, the person writing this letter has in brief mentioned the purpose of his writing this inquiry letter. And the purpose is to inquire about a tour to Shimla, that what facilities, what package, etc. can be provided to them by this particular travel company. In the second paragraph, it's written 40 students, 2 teachers and 2 peons will be going. We expect a reasonably clean and affordable accommodation in a good hotel. Considering this, kindly furnish the following details regarding the charges and facilities provided by you during our stay. So now the second paragraph, the paragraph where we have to specify the details that we want to inquire, has begun. Here the person has mentioned that how many people would be going for the tour. So according to that, the tour company will make the arrangements, and the person has specified the expectations that they want a clean and affordable accommodation. Okay, so he or she has given his or her preference here regarding the accommodation, and keeping in mind this expectation, the tour company has to give them offers. And what details the person is seeking? First is number of rooms and their total charges. What is the total number of rooms that the hotel which the tour company will book will provide to them, and what will be the charges, the tariff of those rooms. Second is arrangement of breakfast, lunch and dinner and the charges per head. So food and charges of the food. Arrangement of an air-conditioned minibus for sightseeing. So obviously if they are going for a trip, they are going for an excursion, so they will be going for sightseeing also. They will be going visiting the places that are worth seeing in Shimla. So for that they need a vehicle, transport facilities. So they have demanded for an air-conditioned minibus to carry these 44 people. Any other information or relevant details regarding the tour. And if there is any condition or any terms that this company has, so they can provide those also, which they seem necessary to be told to the customers. So that also this person, the tour in charge of the school, has mentioned. The third paragraph, the conclusion is, please send us the required information along with guidance on sightseeing and adventure activities that can be planned during the tour. So this is a very nice way of ending this letter, that along with the information asked, that is the charges, the number of rooms, the food, transport, along with these, the in charge has also asked for information about the places that are worth visiting in Shimla and the various adventure activities that the children can undertake once they go there. So this will help them to plan their itinerary. Itinerary means their schedule, what they will do on those 5 days. Okay, so this is the third paragraph. Then a simple polite close, thank you. Then the complimentary close, yours sincerely, Sujal Singh, tour in charge. So you had to choose between 2 names. So I have chosen Sujal, and like I told you about the designation that you have to write if the person is having any designation. So this is a question where the person writing the letter has a designation, a rank. The person is the tutor in charge of a school. So after the name we have written tutor in charge. So this is how you write a letter of inquiry in which you have to ask about the details of a travel package. Now children, the third and last solved example of today's class. As the physical education instructor of your school, you want to purchase some sports items for the new session. Write a letter to Costco Sports House inquiring about the prices of the items and other relevant details. Now this again is a different variety of an inquiry letter. Here you have to make an inquiry before purchasing bulk amount of goods, that is a large amount of goods. So here we have taken the example of sports goods. And in the examination, you may be asked to write an inquiry letter of any other good also. Like you might be asked that you are a librarian of certain school and you have to inquire about the availability of books from a publishing house, or it might be there in the question that you are going to open a new office somewhere and you need some office furniture, and therefore you have to write a letter of inquiry to some furniture house asking the details of the items that they can provide to you, the prices and all. So in this case, a letter of inquiry of bulk goods, how do we write it? Let's see. And this in front of you on the screens is the solution to this question. St. Thomas School, Nagpur. The name was not given in the question. I have invented the name of the school myself. Then date May 23, 2020. Now here in the receiver's address I have written Messrs. Costco Sports House, Main Market, Nagpur. Now here I have not written the designation of any person. Here I have written M/S or M/S. That means, that stands for Messrs. MESSRS. Messrs means a title which is used to refer to the name of a company. Like in case of a person, we'll write Mr. or Miss. Okay. And when we are referring to the company as an identity, then we address the company as Messrs. Costco Sports House. Clear, children? Here you could also have written the sales officer, Costco Sports House, Main Market, Nagpur. That would also be fine. But this is a way in which you can write, and this is a different way. So I hope that you'll adopt it while writing your letters the next time. This you can use in case of letters placing an order also. In place of the designation before the name of the company, you can write M/S or M/S, pronounced as Messrs. Okay. Then the subject is inquiring about availability of sports goods. It was clearly given in the question that you have to inquire about the sports goods that you are planning to buy for the new session. So this is what we have written in the subject. Sir/ma'am is the salutation for the person who will read this letter. I am the physical education instructor of St. Thomas School and wish to place an order for some sports items like cricket kits, footballs and goalkeepers' pads and gloves, volleyballs, table tennis balls and rackets, etc. We also need items for uniform, namely sports t-shirts, shorts and vests of different sizes. Your firm has been mentioned to me as one of the best suppliers of sports goods. So here in this paragraph, the person writing this letter has introduced himself or herself by saying that he or she is the physical education instructor of St. Thomas School, and why that person has written the letter, what was his or her intention behind writing this letter. That is, the person wants to place an order for some sports items for the school, and before doing that he or she wants to inquire about the availability of the items first, because in the last line of the first paragraph the person has written, your firm has been mentioned to me as one of the best suppliers of sports goods. That means this sports instructor is trying to do business with Costco Sports House for the first time. He or she did not know about it. Somebody else told the sports instructor that Costco Sports House is also a good firm where you can place the order for the goods, sports goods that you want, and because it is a new place, so the instructor wants to inquire first. And one more striking thing about this paragraph is that, bache, that here the sports instructor has given a rough list of the items that the school requires. Okay, this is optional. You can either do like this and give the rough list of the items that you need in the first paragraph. You need not give the details. Please do not give the details. Okay, the details we give while placing the order. Here you just might mention things like this, that these are the things that we want, and so that the person to whom you are writing gets an idea about what he or she can expect you to order. Okay, that's it. You don't need to give the details. You can skip these things also. You can simply write that I want to place an order for some sports items, and before placing the order I want to inquire. So it's up to you. It is just a way in which you can write. Okay. Now let's start with the second paragraph where the details of the inquiry letter are supposed to be written. Before placing the order, I would like to inquire about a few things. I shall be glad if you send me your catalog of the products that you have. Also, enlighten me about the discount that you can offer on bulk purchases. Please also mention the minimum time required by you to deliver an order. Moreover, I would like to know the mode of payment preferred by you and the conditions of payment. Look here, children. Here we have not made a list as we did in the earlier letters. Here we have mentioned the things that we want to inquire in a paragraph format. Okay, so this is how you do it. You can either make a list by numbering the questions that you want to ask, or you can write in the form of a paragraph. But while writing the paragraph, please make sure that you begin the sentences with in different style every time, so that it doesn't look repetitive. Okay, like here it is done. I shall be glad, and please enlighten me. I would like to know. Also mention. So these phrases you can use to give a variety. Okay, so here the person, the sports instructor, that is Aditi Suryavanshi, this is the name that we have written. Aditi has asked the sports house to provide her the catalog of their products. Earlier in the first question, we came across the word prospectus. Prospectus was a booklet which contained the details of the educational institution, and catalog is a booklet that contains the details and pictures of the items that are being sold or that are being offered for sale in the given company, in the particular company of which the catalog is. So through the catalog of Costco Sports House, Aditi will come to know what are the various products, what are the various models, what are the various brands available with the sports house, and what their prices are. Okay. Also, she has asked about the discount that is offered by the sports house on bulk purchases. So everybody loves discounts. And in case of bulk purchases, people usually like to do business with the companies that provide them the maximum discount. So she has asked about the discount as well. She has asked the minimum time required by the company to deliver an order, so that in case in future they have to place an order, they would know that we need to place an order at least a month before or a week before, otherwise it won't be executed in time. So it is also very important to know how much time the other person is going to take to execute the order. And moreover, Aditi wants to know the mode of payment preferred by the sports house. Very important. What mode of payment the sports house prefers, whether they prefer to take cash or through check the payment of the goods, how much credit they can provide, and other conditions of the payment. This is very important. So the discount, the conditions of the payments, the catalog, and these are the things, the time required to complete the order. So these are some of the things that the business houses look while connecting with a new business house. So these are the things that you can inquire in case of bulk purchases, inquiry of bulk goods. The concluding paragraph, I hope you shall provide us these details as early as possible. We look forward to carry out business with you. So a very simple business-like closing, that an early response is solicited and there is an anticipation of future business relations as well. Then the complimentary clause, yours truly. We have changed the complimentary clause this time from yours sincerely to yours truly. Aditi Suryavanshi, and the designation again, physical education instructor. So this is how you write an inquiry letter in which you are inquiring about the goods that you want to place an order for. Okay? So children, I sincerely hope that you found today's class useful and the questions that we did today helped you understand how to write a letter of inquiry better. And after going through the examples, let us once again take a glance at the key points that we need to keep in mind for a proper inquiry letter in which everything is there which needs to be there for an effective inquiry letter. So children, please go through these points. And undoubtedly children, along with the key points, the format is also very important to be reviewed and kept in mind. So see the format also once again and make a note of the different components and the order that you need to follow while writing those components for a good inquiry letter. The ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius expressed his belief in the importance of learning from experience when he wrote, "I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand." So children, keeping this proverb in mind, I have compiled for you a couple of questions to just practice and see how much you have understood. Okay? So let's see those practice questions. I'll discuss the solutions with you and you can try and solve them and you can get them corrected by your respective English teachers. So the first question that you have to attempt is, you have lost your original certificates of class 10. You want to get their duplicates issued, but you do not know the procedure. Write a letter to Chairman CBSE Preet Vihar inquiring about the fee to be deposited, mode of payment, time taken by the board for issuing duplicate certificates, and other formalities. You are Karun or Karuna, 7/9 modern apartment Indore. So children, this question is a bit difficult, and that is exactly the reason why I have given you to solve this question. So let's read the question again in fragments and understand what we are supposed to write. You have lost your original certificates of class 10. Now in this question there is a problem. You are writing this inquiry letter because you are stuck in a problem and you want to know how to get out of it. So the problem is that you have lost your original class 10 certificates. God forbid, I really wish that such a thing should not happen to anybody. You just have to assume for this question. And you want to get their duplicates issued. Okay, so this is the solution. Obviously, if you have lost your original certificates, you can get the duplicates issued. But the problem is you do not know the procedure. Now you'll have to ask. You'll have to inquire what the procedure is. So whom you have to ask? You have to ask the chairman, CBSE Preet Vihar. So your subject will be inquiry about the procedure to issue duplicate class 10 certificates, and your receiver would be the chairman, CBSE Preet Vihar. Clear till now? And what you have to inquire? Now what has to come in the second paragraph? The fees to be deposited for getting the duplicate certificates issued, the mode of payment, that is you have to pay it by check or by demand draft or whatever, the time taken by the board for issuing duplicate certificates. How much time will the board take, will CBSE take to issue you the duplicate certificates? How will you get them? That also you can ask. It's not given here that you have to ask how you are going to get the duplicates, but you can ask it. That means you can add some points apart from the points that are given to you in the question. Okay? So you don't have to skip any of these points, but you can add something on your own. And it is a very good thing because it will help you get brownie points in exam. Brownie points means extra marks than other students if you add something original and creative from your own side. Okay? So, and other formalities. Now you remember while inquiring about the tour package, the person had written, the tour in charge had written that in the last point, any other relevant information that you wish to share. So here also you can write that any other formality that needs to be completed, okay, which you may not be aware of because you already don't know the procedure. It's given there. So you can write any other formalities as one of the points that you wish to inquire. And you are Karun or Karuna. Karun or Karuna is the sender's name that you have to choose for yourself, either Karun or Karuna. And 7/9 modern apartment Indore is your address. That is the sender's address. Okay. So this is how you have to solve this inquiry letter. Please do try and solve it. Now the second question. As a health conscious person, you have noticed an advertisement in a newspaper on yoga classes in your neighborhood. Write a letter to the organizer, Yoga for Public, Ward number 12, Bhopal, requesting her to send you information about the duration of the course and other relevant details. Children, this question requires you to make an inquiry about yoga classes. The first question that we did today, inquiry about a course. So this is quite similar to that. You have to make inquiry about yoga classes. You are a health conscious person. So this is the reason you can write for your wish to enroll yourself in the yoga classes. Like there, that student had written that because he or she was fascinated with French. He or she wanted to join the French language course. So here you can write that because you are a health conscious person, you are a fitness freak, you want to join this yoga class. And who is the receiver to whom you have to write? You have to write to organizer of this yoga class. The receiver's address would be the organizer, Yoga for Public, Ward number 12, Bhopal. So this is the receiver's address that has been provided to you in the question. And what will be the subject? Subject will be information about yoga course or inquiry about yoga classes. Okay. And then in the first paragraph you can say that with reference to your advertisement in the newspaper dated, you can write the date, I wish to inquire about the yoga classes that you are offering. Okay, because it is given here that you came to notice about the yoga classes through that advertisement. So you can use this starting, and you have to ask about the details of the course in the second paragraph. You can ask the duration of the course, the fee structure, the various batches that are running, the timings of the batches, quite similar to the one that we did in the class today. And you can ask who is going to be the trainer, and so on. You can invent the inquiry that you wish to make, and this is how the second paragraph will go. And you will end your letter with a complimentary clause, yours sincerely or yours truly, and any name of your choice. So this is how you have to answer these questions. I really recommend you to practice them, because children, in the board classes, the topics of writing section are so vast. You cannot actually pinpoint any particular topic that yes, this will be asked in the question and that will not be asked. So the trick to attempt the writing section like a pro lies in practice. Practice is the key word, children. Practice as many letters as you can. You can use the resource material provided by the Sangathan. Go to the library, borrow as many books as you can. Go through the reference books by taking them from your friends. On the internet, there's so much material. So look out for as many questions as you can and try to solve them. This is the best and sure short way of getting good marks in writing section. The more you write, the better you would become. And this is my personal tip to you all to ace writing section in your board examination.
So that is all for today, and I take your leave now. Thank you, children.